It's another edition of Checking In with Hein and Johnny, where the hosts bring in mystery topics that neither host knows anything about until the mics go hot and on the air. We are the show that keeps the host from talking about the weather and World War II 24 hours a day. Hey, Heine, man, what's on your mind? As you can see, Henry is not here this week. He is helping out surgeons in the Philippines fixing infants' cleft palate. Because that's the kind of guy, he spends most of his time in humanitarian pursuits. Once he spent time with me, he decided to do more humanitarian things.
I can imagine you're speaking about the palate. I had no idea, one, that he was either a painter or was really good at cooking. So that's fantastic that he's helping out in those non-traditional culinary aspects.
No, I have misled you. It isn't palates like helping infants with their eating habits. It's fixing, surgery fix. It's a different
Got
palate.
it. Understood. Yes, understood. Yeah. Absolutely. I
Now,
understand that as well. It's good for him.
have you had any major surgeries on you?
No, one thing that's great. So I went in to my provider this last week or so, and they asked, "Hey, how is everything going?" I said, "I'm doing great." And they asked if I had any major, looking over my notes, if I had any major accidents during my life. And I said, "No, never really did." She goes, "Did you ever like take a stumble and have like your bike hit you in the nuts, or go down the stairs on your
Hold on.
scooter?"
They said, did you ever have your banana bike wheelie chopper smack you in the testicles? They said that.
Yeah, because they're wondering why I'm less of a man. And I guess because when you're younger, in your younger years, if you get hit in the nuts too much, you may have what they like to call low T, as Frank Robinson likes to talk
Wow.
about, or was it oh gosh, Doug Flutie, right? When they have those commercials that are uncomfortable.
You're a real man.
Yeah, yeah. So she came in, guns blazing into the office, just straight saying, "Did you ever get like into like a jackass era where you just hit each other in the nuts, Rochambeau style?" And I said, "No, I never really did
Not
do
that I
that."
remember.
So to answer your question, no, never really did hit surgeries very much. I got lucky. My brother, on the other hand, I feel like he got injured catastrophically pretty much every year.
Oh, yeah, every year from the
Yeah.
teen years up. Yeah. No broken bones or anything. The only thing I remember is the orthodontist snapping one of your teeth and
Yeah.
breaking it off so you had a dead tooth Debbie.
hmm
That's the
Yeah,
only
that was
I
my favorite.
remember.
Yeah, do you recall the best moment of going to the dentist is when they give you the glasses and they tell you that they're invisible glasses, so when you put them on, you become invisible. That I had HBO essentially in my mouth, so I was very much aware of that lie that they preach in the doctor's office. Uh,
No
yeah,
orthodontist, dentist, or doctor has ever given me the
invisible.
invisible glasses
Yeah,
speech.
yeah. Well, how was your wisdom teeth being taken out? Were they as fun as mine?
My, I got two different times in my teens.
Two times.
They, when I was young, when we were first married, I got them pulled and it was horrendous. And they didn't do another two sets. So when I went back to have them check, they said, "Oh, I don't think you can get your other wisdom teeth pulled because I guess there's a nerve on some people that crosses all of your jaw. So if they pull that out, then your jaw falls down like you're a murder victim." So they said they can't pull them out. So I
Yeah, how
have,
many wisdom teeth do you have? Like 12?
I
Because usually it's four or
Well,
less.
no, I think people, I mean, maybe I had more than that. No, I had two pulled and I was down. I mean, my brother got wisdom teeth pulled and he worked that night,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but that wasn't me. I mean,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
let's be fair though. there is a difference between the anesthesiologist or the person that administers the anesthesia for dentists versus the ones that are in the doctor's offices at like the hospital. I have a very, very strong bone to pick because the ones in the hospital are usually these like ripped Hawaiian dudes coming in to deliver
Cafe.
like they're like super, super awesome, like every woman's dream. So, you are like, they're like, oh, do you need some like medicine? And you're like, sure, why not? And this guy comes in with like buff hands, ripped body, and then he just, puts it in there, and your wife is just daydreaming essentially of this guy. And here you are like vomiting or just like having the worst night of your life. Meanwhile, the dentist, they have this syringe like this large, and it's usually like this 19-year-old dental hygienist that's like, okay, this is going to be a slight pinch, and then just slowly, I mean, just so slow,
Jamming it.
pushes. And I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure one time it comes out your neck and it's just spraying. So again, there's a difference. I'm telling you there is.
Yes, my oldest brother Dave swears that the dentist stuck the needle in the top of his mouth and it came out into his eyeball. So his eyeball was, I don't know if that was hyperbole. I cannot deny or confirm, but that does sound.
Hyperbolic statements sometimes have a little bit of truth to them, but to your point though, for the little time that I have been to the dentist or to the places to get surgery, I have vivid memories. One thing I will say is the dude on top of me, literally, like, I remember because they didn't put me out, they didn't put me down for my wisdom teeth, and the guy is like full on like using me as leverage and pulling the tooth. So my mouth, I'm just feeling like my mouth just get pulled and just blood all over the glasses. Really just not a great experience.
We must not have paid for a very good dental
insurance.
Yeah. Because they put me under. So, I mean, I came out just like big, fat, juicy bruises, but I don't remember a thing. Whereas we must have just dropped you in the back alley where somebody just used a black.
I went to Arizona. I needed it to go on a mission, and I needed it soon, and they were the ones that were willing to do it, and they were just like, listen, your insurance covers, and enjoy, because Daryl's going to come in here with some tweezers and just pull it out, essentially. And I definitely had the chipmunk teeth. You can't tell now because of how fat my face is. It looks like I'm hiding nickels in my cheeks, but back then I definitely looked like I got stung by bees.
Well, I only remember, for me, I did not have to do the Widener orthodontist stuff, but every event that involved sports seemed to like break my tooth or break my finger. Everything seemed to be involved in sports that broke stuff. So
yeah, and the Widener was self-infliction. It was as if you yourself were Braveheart and you were shoving because you have to put a little piece of metal in there and then tilt it back, and then just feel the clicking sound of your mouth. And they're like, yeah, you got to do it 4 times. And so you're like little baby ones, and the guys in the background going, wider. And
do you remember in the scene in the Princess Bride movie where the guy was torturing the dude? He's so excited. I wonder if the orthodontist just feels a little bit of pleasure, and that's why he has that job.
Yeah, that or Little Nicky, where it's Hitler and they're trying to get a pineapple, and he's like picking the tiny baby ones, and the guy goes, "Come on, now, Adolf."
No, bigger pineapple.
Bigger pineapple.
Is that in Adam Sandler's produced
Little Nicky?
Little Nicky.
Yeah, probably the one thing that was good out of that show was that one.
Go pick a pineapple. And get a bigger pineapple.
Yeah, that was a terrible movie. I don't know where it was where his movies became basically unwatchable, but definitely right around that the 2000 5.
Remember the Grandma's one?
Yeah.
Grandma's Son or something?
Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy. It was with him and his boys.
Not good.
Yeah, him and his boys that were doing all of it in the movies. Him and his gang with Happy Madison.
One thing that helps Adam Sandler with movies, we've noticed, is if he does one with Drew Barrymore or Jennifer Aniston, it's great. If he does
Grounded.
If he does it with just for fun, ooh, tricky.
Yeah, yeah, really tricky. And also he had that recent one where he was a like a narcotics drug dealer, right? That
It's a
one,
serious one.
yeah, serious one.
He's good.
Yeah. So maybe if he leans into his like Sopranos style look,
Love it.
um, it
More
didn't
of
work
both.
for Al Pacino, where he was the young gun, really cute, had a good voice, and then he all of a sudden overnight became the trying to pull me out.
Speaking of young Al Pacino, the handsome, sexy man thing, when did your anesthesiologist get your tiddly winking? I'm a little worried that the
Yeah,
anesthesiologist just was a dreamboat for you.
yeah,
Not that there's
epidurals.
anything wrong with it.
Epidurals. Epidurals, my friend. So when your wife is going through pregnancy and they offer the epidural, you're already a little bit worried, right? Because like you're not doing anything anymore, right? Like maybe in the old days you were there to like kind of assist, but nowadays you don't even smoke cigars at the end. You're like you
No.
literally are like it's like the baby comes out and if you're like the chute, like catching it, then there it is. But if you're not, like it's legitimately you have no place but besides your wife where she breaks your fingers and you never go, yeah,
Speaking, if you are the one with the
yeah,
catcher's mitt,
yeah, yeah.
speaking of health insurance, you probably don't have good health insurance
Well,
because
that or just I deserve a discount. You know what I mean? Like I deserve some type of discount for it. And to be fair, let's be fair. Top side, you know, upstairs, downstairs. If it's your first, always upstairs. You do not need to go downstairs to see that kind of business. Catching is always for the third or fourth child. Yeah.
yeah, I think people are really brave if they have home births because I wanted to be at my house while it was going
Yeah.
on at the hospital.
Yeah, yeah. I see all the
Home
movies. The guys are out there sitting, hanging out, or doing whatever, and
towel,
then the guy comes out and the guy
assisting.
goes like, "It's a baby," and you're like, "Oh, great!" And they have balloons. Like, no, that's not how it works, dude. They straight up give you that baby, and they're like, "Well, recently we changed it, so we can't take away the baby from the child." I'm like, dude, you can have my baby. I want sleep. Like, we want
That first
sleep.
that first that first 3 weeks I fell asleep at
Absolutely
work
brutal.
like for sure 10 times because you don't really realize just how little sleep you'll be
Right.
getting.
So before you get the baby, they do ask you for the anesthesiologist that they want to come in and do the epidural. And again, praise be to those people that can handle the baby birth without the epidural. But the epidural, the dude comes in and I'm telling you, it's some Tongan and he's ripped out of his mind.
Sweet tack.
Basically, his tiny scrubs are wearing him at that point. And so your wife is just like so excited. And here you are again with like the
With your
baby,
low T.
yeah, yeah, exactly right. You're literally like sitting there with your bag, you know, with the little diapers, and he's in here just, I mean, delivering magic to your wife. So,
Speaking of the medical opportunities and white lab coat people, one of the things that drives me crazy is a commercial. I don't know if you remember seeing it. It kills me. It's the Sensodyne toothpaste commercial
oh yeah,
where just an actor has a white lab coat on and says, I feel like you should use this toothpaste because it's so good. And I'm like,
it's 10 seconds, by the way. So usually what
Sally,
it is, yeah,
why do I care that you think I should use Sensodyne toothpaste?
here's the problem though. It's 10 seconds, 5 seconds. And so they actually tack them on to kid videos. And so now,
Oh,
like my daughter, my son, they go into a grocery store and they're saying, I only want Sensodyne. And I'm like, who are you? Like, do you have a catalog? Like Sensodyne? Like it's a Crest smile. It's not a Sensodyne
are
smile.
you a 70-year-old
Right.
retired cat lady?
Yeah. No,
Why
there's
is
no need for
Sensodyne?
that. And honestly, they do it and it's so fast now. They don't even spend the 30 seconds. They do 5 seconds and the lady just goes, I'm a doctor and I say Sensodyne. And you're like,
Oh, okay. You're a psychiatrist and they gave you a lab coat and then you just say, I think you should get Sensodyne.
yeah, what they should do, and this would be something that'd be really unique, is if somebody who, I don't know, Crest, I don't know who the thing is for what actually helps, which is flossing, right? Because flossing is
Flossing and
100%
fluoride, the two F's,
right.
flossing and fluoride.
Right. They should do a video for that. I don't know where big fluoride or big floss is at on the whole commercial game, but like they should just have a close video and just like I do flossing and it's just blood spurting, like because that's
No,
yeah.
no. Listen, if there's blood spurting while you're flossing, you're not flossing.
Hold on. You're telling me you don't go a little top, like you hit your floss and then there's a little thing in there. You don't go. You don't give a little.
Well,
You don't go for back seconds.
there is no blood when you floss.
Not blood, but like seconds, like second food. When you
No,
pop, do you ever just like just give a little taste?
100%. Listen, everybody has a meat tooth, and that meat tooth has about a quarter pounder of steak in
Absolutely.
there, and
Yeah.
that comes out as a. You
You're yeah, you're
remember a
thinking.
movie? Remember a movie about bowling
Oh yeah,
and
kingpin.
the Amish kid has never flossed, so they pull the floss out of his teeth for the first time, and it's just hunks of beef.
Yeah, I think it's Kingpin with Daniels.
It is. Bill Murray is the bad guy that
Yeah.
crushes his hand. Wow.
Woody Harrelson is the washed up loser with the fake hand.
Oh my gosh, hilarious movie. So
Yeah, great
funny.
one. The Amish guy grabs the beers from the fridge and he's wearing a white shirt and his nipples are all hard.
Ridiculously funny. Speaking of Adam Sandler movies, they wish they were all as funny as Kingpin.
And I will say the opposite. Woody Harrelson has only gotten better recently. That man has not missed for his movies. He is getting better with them.
He's just a natural at
Yeah,
comedy and a
yeah.
natural at being like a weird psycho good guy or bad guy. He is
I put him
great.
in the same vibe as the Matthew McConaughey. They have that rough,
Yeah.
tugged skin. They never like they were the good-looking guys, but they were like kind of like your everyday good-looking guy, kind of like your Pedro Pascal. Where like he's a good-looking guy, but like I wouldn't say he's like Ryan Reynolds.
No, but I'll tell you, those three can work as much as they want. Pedro Pascal has to be in every movie or you don't get to have a movie this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are redoing Princess Bride, and the princess and the prince is going to be Pedro Pascal. It's going to be a
Yeah.
dual thing. I mean,
He's
honestly, at this point,
so gifted. He gets
yeah,
to do both.
the Omen. I'm expecting the spooky person to be just Pedro Pascal. Everything's going to have
Hearing
Pedro in it.
Pedro Pascal. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you go into a movie studio and try and make a movie without Pedro Pascal, it's a no-go. You
Now, are we
saw
calling bluff? Are we calling bluff on his crazy anxiety where he basically gets to touch any human that he wants to, single or not?
I think that's we're calling shenanigans there.
Oh, 100% shenanigans. I
Yeah, I
don't
think
believe it at all.
if you're in the handsome man's club like
But
Pedro
yeah.
Pascal, you instantly realize that you should be able to molest anybody at any time.
Yeah. He's literally like grabbing the hand. He's putting his arm around them, and it almost feels like the high school experience where you're kind of like, wait a minute,
Hey,
wait, how did you get into this group? Because I wanted to date her, and I can't even get close to her, and yet here you are, nowhere near it.
what kind of group were you in? I was never in the group that got to get to second
No,
base ever.
no. I was always in the gothic group, right? Because you kind of pick your poison a little bit, right? Where you kind of like fancy a girl that's kind of normal or unique, grungy, metal, gothic, which is awesome. But there's a little bit of a spectrum of individuals that are a part of that group. And there's always that one guy who may be batting for the other team and he can hug, he can do whatever he wants. And
Not
here
that
I
there's
am.
anything wrong with it.
Nothing that there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying they have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to what they can say. And this transcends generations. It just depends on what group it is, but always there's a glass ceiling for most guys when they try to make the play, and that did not happen for me. Yeah.
I never had to worry about being a player. That was not my group.
No,
I
you were
was
writing the
not
game. I get it. Yeah.
if I had game, I was on the outside of the play yard. I was on
Yeah.
behind the fence,
Okay.
crying, looking through the chain link
No,
fence.
I see you as the coach that's obliged to have to wear a jersey because the rules dictate that these old white dudes that are 90 years old have to wear that tight of a jersey as the players do. I get that.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Speaking of not getting any, it kind of sparked my interest. When you don't get any sleep at that first 2 or 3 weeks of having a baby, are you a light sleeper now? Are you awakened by anything going on, or are you in a coma all hours of the sleep
No,
period?
I'm a pretty fairly average sleeper, I would say. I do get woken up and I come out of an exorcism, though.
Yeah, I remember
I
your
think
dream.
somebody's trying to the devil's trying to grab me and bring me down to hell. But I will say I'm a night owl. So like I will literally sit up at night,
Oh
whether
man.
it be watching TV until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And I kind of think that's because ever since the kids, and this might be the same for you, is when you had your kid, you put them down at 6, 7, 8 o'clock, right? And then when that happens, those are the only times in the entire day, whether it be for 30 minutes or 2 hours, that you get to do anything.
Me
And
time.
so, yeah, exactly right. I think that kind of is basically a transition where I used to be a morning person and I was always in bed by 8, and now it's the exact opposite.
No, it is true. If you have a tendency to be a night owl, getting any personal me time when you have little babies, you suddenly stay awake till 1 a.m. every night
That's right.
because you need a little chance at
Yeah, yeah. And I will say some partners are different, right? Different people have different tendencies. I'm more of a plant when it comes to things. I would prefer to be the potted plant in the room. You can walk around, enjoy. I am there always, right? That kind of thing. But another person that I know, right? I'm not going to mention her name, but she requires you to be next to them 100% of the time, and then when they wake up without an ability to know where they're at, and so they kind of have to feel. They literally touch your leg while you're in the bed, just be like, okay, he's in the bed. Um,
all is
yeah,
well. All is
yeah, all
well.
is well. Yeah,
One of my favorite things is when the person with you wears glasses so that they have to ask what time it is
yeah,
the second they wake up.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
that means every hour, if they're waking up every hour, they have to ask you what time it is. So that
Yeah,
I
you have to
do.
show them something. You turn over and you're like, hey, look at this. And then they look and they're looking at it like this. That's the face they make. It reminds you of just why you fell in love with them is that face.
It's
It's the, it's
a
the,
reminder of young love.
yeah, when the
Well,
bathroom door is left open.
Kiefmiester, this has been a half an hour of sheer delight as usual. We
Yeah.
will see everybody next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Checking In with Hein and Johnny. You can follow all things Hein and Johnny by subscribing to Checking In with Hein and Johnny anywhere you listen to podcasts. Checking In with Heine and Johnny is sponsored by Conveyors and Equipment. They supply, design, and service all types of conveyors, belting, and material handling equipment since 1972. With 3 locations to serve you, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, and El Paso. Find them on the web at conveyequip.com. That's ConveyeEquuip.com.